is not speaking to investigators. The suspect's roommate, however, according to the governor, is assisting authorities. The governor says that roommate is, quote, very cooperative, adding that the two were in a romantic relationship and that the roommate is currently transitioning gender. All this comes as we are learning more about the plans to honor Charlie Kirk. A memorial service will be held at the State Farm Stadium in Arizona on Sunday. It's a massive venue that can hold about 60,000 people. President Trump has said he will be there. NBC News correspondent Steve Patterson is on the campus of Utah Valley University, and NBC News Chief Justice and National Affairs correspondent Kelly O'Donnell is outside the White House for us. Kelly, let's start with you. Vice President Vance hosted Charlie Kirk's podcast today, just a short time ago. The two men were very close friends. What did we hear from the Vice President?
Well, it is notable that the Vice President, during a workday in the ceremonial offices on the campus of the White House, has stepped in as one of the substitute hosts and has interviewed a number of prominent administration officials, from the Chief of Staff to cabinet secretaries to the press secretary, talking about the life of Charlie Kirk, who is a close ally of the Trump administration, formerly the Trump campaign and the transition, and a personal friend to many. The Vice President talked about that connection and his desire to see, using the resources of this administration as well as the political friendships that they have, to keep the Kirk momentum of his cause, his influence going. Here's the Vice President.
It's important, and Erica asked me this, to make sure that his movement, the movement that Charlie started, has to keep going. We have to build upon it. We have to add to it. We have to make sure that the next generation of young people feels confident and courageous to speak their mind and to speak the truth.
Erica, of course, the widow of Charlie Kirk, the Vice President, is tying both the politics of the moment and plans for how the administration, in its official government capacity, as well as political allies and conservatives, how they might respond to this. And he's been very plain, stating that he believes, the Vice President believes, that there's an imbalance in heated political rhetoric. He's blaming those on the liberal side. Kate?
And Steve, let me go to you. You're at the actual site of the shooting. I know you've just gained access today to that area where it all happened. Can you kind of show us around and tell us what we're learning today about the investigation?
Sure, yeah. This is the courtyard that contains that amphitheater where Kirk was shot. About 3,000 people were here, seated all around this grassy area, the sidewalk area. Or to my left, you can see a little makeshift memorial has popped up. People, well-wishers, leaving flowers, leaving posters. This is something that we've seen not just in this location, but multiple now around campus all day long. Meanwhile, you can see down to the amphitheater itself, the seats here, beyond there, in the middle is where Kirk was seated when that fatal shot rang out. You can see they're doing some construction, stripping out the grass and adding a layer of concrete to this amphitheater. I want to talk a little bit more about the investigation. Obviously, investigators working to build a profile at this point. They say they're doing that aggressively by aggressive interviews, and whether that's friends, whether that's acquaintances, whether that's neighbors. We hear that's work that's currently ongoing. And it all centers, of course, on the main subject, which has been the roommate, a primary source of information cooperating with investigators. The second way is the digital footprint, right? Kash Patel, the FBI director, on Fox this morning, said there were a chain of text messages which may contain a message of Robinson saying that he wanted to take out Kirk. And then finally, of course, it is the direct interview with the subject himself, the person in custody, Robinson, who, by all accounts, including the governor, is saying that Robinson is not cooperating with the investigation. He's not speaking to investigators. He's pleading his Fifth Amendment right to stay silent. And that has been something that may be a bit of a roadblock, especially when it comes to that digital footprint. In the coming days, of course, we'll learn a whole lot more coming up tomorrow when those formal charges are filed and when we expect to see the first court appearance. Kate?
All right, Steve Patterson, Kelly O'Donnell, thanks to you both. Well, all eyes are on the Federal Reserve this week as we wait to see